what truly grinds my gears? People expect in video games and art to be realistic all the time. And if it isn't, then it's bad art. Everything has to be lifeless and lacking whimsy. You might have seen it with movies, for example, like The Little Mermaids and The Lion King and every recent Marvel superhero movie. Minecraft has suffered from that criticism for a while now, and I am sick of it, personally. That's why, as a Minecraft YouTuber, I am here to argue that realism does not necessarily always make good art, and Minecraft should not strive to be more realistic. In fact, I'm here to argue that it should carry itself as a piece of art that is removed from all opinions about it. Well, almost all of them. It is to no one's surprise, art like cinema and paintings, for example, don't heavily rely on realism all the time. Otherwise, the notion of going to the cinema for escapism wouldn't exist, and all art would look like this. To move away from the literal, faithful retelling of reality is a creative choice, and to move towards it is also another creative choice. And these choices are meant to elevate the work. German expressionism in film, for example, utilizes the setting around the character to make it communicate the feeling to the audience, be it fear or confusion or anxiety. Italian futurism does that too, with fast cuts and editing and mechanical visuals, kind of like based on technology. Obviously, there are other examples. You get my point. These creative choices work well with the medium and with the idea and the topic they're trying to communicate. The whole thing about art is that it challenges the limits of our plain existence. It goes beyond confines. Even when Victorian novels were really heavily focused on realism, they were there to kind of provide social commentary challenging reality. That's what I think when I see people kind of diminishing other forms or techniques of artistic expression when they see like a perfect replica of a human body or like a scene made by a person. Like, yeah, it takes talent and that should be celebrated, but what do you mean by realistic art is the best? If I like pizza, that doesn't mean that all food is mid and we all should just consume pizza forever. It just seems silly to me. If you like the game The Last of Us precisely because the graphics are really good, that doesn't mean that all games must be The Last of Us concerning graphics. For example, the atmosphere of Little Nightmares, or this kind of indie game I found recently through YouTube, No, I'm Not Human, the atmosphere works for both of them. Little Nightmares has this almost hollow, post-apocalyptic world. It makes you feel lonely and cling to the only bright character on your screen, be it Six. And it didn't have to replicate what The Last of Us did to achieve that effect, or to achieve good aesthetics. As for No, I'm Not Human, it's a horror game in which you need to accept strangers into your house or you'll die, but also you must make sure that none of them are secretly not human. It is also set in a post-apocalyptic world, but the vibe of the game leans more creepy. You feel uneasy, like danger's lurking around at all times, and it is. All the games I just mentioned are set in a post-apocalyptic world, but they communicate it differently. And this is why I get so infuriated when somebody compares Minecraft to Terraria or Stardew Valley just because they're chill games, quote unquote. Usually, when people expect realism from Minecraft, they're asking for one of the two: realistic graphics or realistic mobs. The graphics one is an abhorrent ask to me at this point, and I hope you understand why from what I said. As for the mobs, criticism is often phrased as Mojang should add this real-life animal to Minecraft because it should be more realistic. And although I don't really have anything against a person wanting their favorite animal to be in Minecraft, implementing too many realistic changes goes out of hand at some point, in my own opinion. I made a short a while back explaining how this was completely unnecessary and just change for the sake of change, and people did not really like that, but I stand by it. I will link it in the description if you want to go and watch it for yourself. I believe that Minecraft cows, pigs, and sheep are iconic and did not need to be changed for the sake of diversifying them. It's like if players asked for new skin-colored zombies to be added to Minecraft because the Walking Dead zombies or look like that. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. To come back to the topic of wanting more real-life animals added to Minecraft, I'm going to be honest with you. Minecraft's job is not to be an encyclopedia of wildlife. The goal should not be to include every animal on the planet. And if it is something of interest to the Mojang team, it should belong in a separate edition. Just like there is like Minecraft Education Edition, we should have a specific one just for animals in general, I guess. It's good that Mojang is conscious about the game's influence on young young generations, especially when it comes to environmental issues, while designing mobs like the polar bear and axolotls, because they were designed to not drop anything of value that would make players want to kill them and seek them. Again, I'm not really against adding more mobs to Minecraft. I just fear that it gets too crowded at some point. Like me personally, sometimes I just play 1.16.5 more than any other. It's like what Jschlatt was talking about back in the day.
I feel like Minecraft is becoming too complicated. I liked it the old way better. Now there's weighted pressure plates and these sun things. I still don't know how to use anything from that redstone update. Why is everything becoming more complex? I thought Minecraft was popular for its simplicity. Or at least that's why I liked it. I think I summed that up pretty well. I'd stopped playing mods because I preferred that simplicity. And with each new update and each round of new items and gameplay mechanics added to the base game, I felt like Minecraft just wasn't Minecraft anymore.
And it could very much be a nostalgia thing, but my standpoint isn't really about wanting to go back, but rather about being a bit apprehensive about the future. I think considering the times we are living in right now, we tend to look at the media we consume and forget it is a form of art at the end of the day. And Minecraft is too. I'm not going to define art and then prove Minecraft is just that, because that's very tricky. So let me just tell you this. Minecraft, like any creative project made by a creative team/person, is a piece of art. And art shouldn't feed audiences what they already want to consume. Audiences look to art for inspiration, and it isn't always vice versa. The artist must tell people what to care about and where to look. Artists are not obliged to constantly serve audiences and their interests. Take the movie Challengers, for example. We didn't know we needed a movie about 3 hot people sharing a somewhat erotic, complex relationship with tennis, and navigating the challenges that comes with ambition in all forms. Whatever. We have it now, and Twitter clearly likes it. The culture loves it. So that's very important and very telling. So the question posing itself now is, does this mean the creative team behind Minecraft should ditch all player opinions about the game altogether and avoid all feedback? I don't know, like start adding guns and, I don't know, trucks, I guess. The answer to me is very clear. No. Artists, as I said, are tastemakers, and in the age where art is heavily commodified, if you are an artist, sure, you can keep the audience in mind when designing your product, if it serves your goal and your creative process, but you shouldn't rely on that all the time. For example, you can keep in mind how your text flows and how your writing is gonna come across to an audience when you are writing your book, so that your readers understand and enjoy reading it. But it shouldn't inform every decision you make, you know? It hinders your ability to make art that is truly authentic and meaningful. An art that isn't scared to cause a ruckus, to do things differently, to stir the pot in ways that might not get a favorable reaction from audiences. At the end of the day, audiences don't always know what they want until they have it and decide whether they love it or not. But until then, you have to make that art. Unfortunately, art is affected by the way it's perceived, and it changes under certain eyes. The best way to explain this is, think of an artist whose music completely changed after they became famous. Or think of a TikToker who was doing a certain type of content, blew up, and now they are doomed to do it forever. Or think about how your writing or art might change to pander to a professor you look up to, especially if you knew your work is gonna reach them. This is why, in my opinion, Minecraft as a game shouldn't strive to be the most realistic or listen to audiences too much. What do you think?